Frustrating, obviously, last time with the washout. What's the mood in the camp like with the squad at the moment?
The mood's pretty good. Obviously, yeah, you're right. To be here 5 or 6 days ago and not get a chance to play was frustrating. But we're still off the back of the win against Afghanistan, so we needed that because we were possibly a little bit low before that. But so in effect, we're still off the back of the last win. The last game we played was a win, so no, we're in pretty good shape. Slight disappointment maybe yesterday when Nuwan got injured, Nuwan Pradeep. So I don't think he's in contention for tomorrow, which is a shame and disappointing for him. But as a group, yeah, I think we're in good shape.
And can I just ask, what's it been like for you working with Sri Lankan players? What's been the biggest difference you've noticed from, say, coaching English players, or is there one?
I think cricketers are cricketers, to be honest. There are cultural differences, no doubt about it, between Sri Lanka and England, probably in all countries. It's been like a huge honour for starters, I have to acknowledge that, and the players have been fantastic, very welcoming, very easy for me to work with, despite the fact there are occasional language difficulties. But the rest of the staff help me out, and some of the senior players help me out when there is a difficulty. But most of the guys speak pretty good English, which is fortunate for me because my Sinhalese is not so strong.
Jon, you've been with Barry Coach for quite some time with the Sri Lanka team. I mean, what is it that the team is lacking in the batting department that they cannot put some good scores? Because in the last match, if you see, they got a good start and then the whole thing is just collapsed. I mean, what are the reasons you give for this kind of thing?
I think the last game, as you say, a good start. Part of that good start, I think, was probably caused by we played some good cricket, but Afghanistan probably weren't at their best at the start with the new ball. As they improved, we probably didn't recognise the fact that they had improved and we expected them to carry on the same level. So when we opened the door, which we did, they pushed on through. It was our fault. We opened the door. We gave them the opportunity to push on through. And once they were on a high, they were very good. They put a lot of pressure on us. I think coming into the World Cup, you wouldn't have anticipated that. I think you thought if we got starts, if we got through that new ball period, we'd probably be in decent shape with some good experienced players in the middle, with Mendis and Angelo Mathews in the middle especially. But they obviously haven't quite fired yet. But against Afghanistan, we got away with that, and I'm confident that players of that quality will definitely come to the party soon. So if we can, good to get a win when we weren't at our best. But we do need more from some of the batters.
Hello, Jon. How you rate Bangladesh team against tomorrow match?
They're a very good side, there's no doubt about it. They've had a tough start to the World Cup in terms of the fixtures, some difficult ones, but they've obviously put in some good, even in the games they haven't won, they've put in good performances which have suggested that they're going to be a tough opposition for everybody. So we know that. But our focus will be on us and us being positive about ourselves, and we'll believe, even though we know it is a strong opposition and an opposition that probably has the right to be confident because of the way they have played so far, we'll still be backing ourselves very strongly.
Here, back in.
Sorry.
Obviously, you're looking to win tomorrow's match, but recent past Bangladesh records against Sri Lanka was good. But how much is it easy or tough for you, for your team?
It will be tough, and as you say, Bangladesh have had a couple of decent results against Sri Lanka. But this is a World Cup; the situation is very difficult. I think already you've seen that maybe World Cup cricket isn't the same as bilateral one-day tournaments. So no doubt at all that there's a hell of a challenge ahead of us. But we also do have a lot of confidence in the players that we have in our dressing room and a lot of faith in them. So we're still confident. Nuwan Pradeep, unfortunately. Nuwan, who was excellent in the last game against Afghanistan and was pretty good throughout the build-up to the World Cup. Unfortunately, he damaged the finger yesterday. Nothing, hopefully, too serious, just maybe tomorrow's game that he'll be unavailable for.
Hello. Which things could be the X factors for this match tomorrow?
Sorry?
Which things could be the X factors in this match?
What should we expect from this match?
X factors.
Sorry, my mistake. I think in our dressing room we've got a few X factors. I think Tisra's power with the bat is obviously something which can come to the fore. Lasith Malinga has been world class for years. So I think we can always be optimistic that he's going to bring in a performance which can just turn a game. And Angelo, as we spoke before, Angelo Mathews has been a top player for a long time. You can't expect him to go on not producing big runs soon. It's going to come for a player of his quality. So we're confident that's going to come.
Jon,
So, yeah.
Mendis and Mathews having had the very slow start to the tournament that they had, how do you as a batting coach approach that situation, try and lift them out of those of their modest scores?
Yeah, it's slightly different with both. Slightly different sort of ages and different situations in their career. I think with Angelo, you've got to have faith in the guy who's done as much as he has over such a long period of time. And if he tells me that he's in a good place, he's in a good headspace, and he's comfortable with his game, then at this stage I've got no reason to doubt that the runs will come for him. Mendis could do with a little bit of a confidence boost. I think for him it's a case of just getting through those first 20 balls, because in the build-up to the game, to the World Cup, Scotland he played very well. The two warm-up games against excellent bowling attacks, he looked in good form. Only got 20s and 30s, which was a bit of a downer. It would have been a good opportunity to get a big score. But there was nothing about his form in those two games that suggested there's anything to worry about. He's had 2 low scores, and yeah, it would be good if he had some more runs behind him, but he's probably only 20 balls away from being really away.
Jon, is there maybe a bit of a concern just looking at how the team's run has gone? I mean, the loss to New Zealand, then a fairly narrow win over Afghanistan, then a washout here. Tomorrow's not looking good. I mean, let's say there is a washout, one more point. Perhaps, fall behind the cliched 8 ball when you all of a sudden face Australia, a team like Australia at Lords in a few days.
The Oval.
The Oval, sorry.
Yeah. But you're not being very optimistic. You're looking at the very negative
I'm
side
just saying,
of it.
in case, because I was here at that match. Nothing happened. Tomorrow forecast is almost as bad. So,
yeah,
in a worst case scenario, let's say it does happen. There's no match. Boom! All of a sudden you're playing Australia. Perhaps.
Yeah, that would be a
too
tough
late?
game. No, that would be a tough game if that happens. I mean, we're still pretty confident we're going to play some cricket tomorrow. Let's just try and think on the positive side of this one. So we're confident we'll play some cricket. If things are terrible and we end up not playing any cricket, we'll go to the Oval, knowing that at various times in this competition, this is England, other teams could have bad luck with weather. So we wouldn't dwell on it. It would be a shame. It would be disappointing for the people of Bristol if they have 2 Sri Lankan games not get a game. But no, we'll prepare for the game. We'll be happy to be playing it, even if it is a shortened game. And we'll deal with what happens after that.
Jon, yeah. Obviously, every team comes here thinking that they're going to be a title contender. How much of that belief is there in this team, you think, within the Sri Lankan squad? I
think I've said before, there are sides here who are probably tipped to be semi-finalists. England, India, those types of sides. That it would be quite a surprise if those 2 sides didn't make the semis. But I think everyone, as you said, comes here thinking, well, with a good run, we can get to the top 4, and then once you're in knockout cricket, everyone will back themselves to be successful. And I think we're probably in that group. Possibly not necessarily tipped to be one of the semi-finalists, but knowing that if we get a bit of luck with the weather, if it comes at the right time for us, not the wrong time, and we play our best cricket, possibly when other sides don't quite find their best cricket, then we can turn over anybody. And the ambition will be to get to the semi-finals. Beyond that, I think everyone will sit down at that point, and the last 4 teams will sit down and say, okay, we're right in this.
Jon, first of all, I hope nobody asked about this. Is Tirimana okay? Is he had a little Tirimana?
Tiri?
Yes, he had a little knee niggle yesterday. And
Tiri's good. The only as I mentioned earlier, the only player who I think is unavailable is Nuwan Pradeep.
And how's the team camp thinking about bringing in someone like Avishka Fernando instead of Tirimana for a shortened game, if it's a shortened game?
Avishka will be a candidate for a long game or a short game, I think, and he's being talked about. I take your point that with a shortened game you might play the extra batter, so it might be as well as rather than instead of. But yeah, I mean, Avishka's practicing well. He was a little bit unfortunate. He picked up a niggle which caused him to miss one of the warm-up games. I forget which one. I think it was the South Africa game. He got injured at Cardiff. So he missed 1 or 2 of the warm-up games, so that possibly the reason why he hasn't started so far. But he's been practicing well. He played well in Scotland in his last ODI. I think he got his highest ever ODI score there. So it was a bit of a while ago, but I mean that's his last ODI innings, and he got 70 odd, I think.
Just to elaborate on Mendis, obviously very talented Test player, and he's made good runs in Test format. He's been a bit inconsistent, if you're honest, in one-day cricket. What does he have to do to translate that Test form into this format of the game?
He's a very talented player. As you say, he's a talented Test player. I agree, the numbers at the moment look good. I think his 2020 record's quite good as well, actually. The 50s, his numbers aren't where a player of his ability should be yet. He's still quite early in his career, to be fair to him. I know he's played probably 40 or 50 games, but they do rack up quite quick. I think his conversion from 20s, 30s into 80s, 90s, 100s is the big step forward he needs to make. I said in the two warm-up games against Australia and South Africa, two very good sides. I think he got 30 in both. He looked really in good touch, and that's the sort of day when you've got to get 100 because you can't be in good touch every day. So if he could convert his starts, his 25s, into a few more big scores, firstly it'd be very good for us as a team because we need our top four to be producing more than just 40s. We need proper scores from them. And it would be good for him as well, give him a lot of confidence. I mean, he's only got the 100, I think, so far in his career, and that was Bangladesh, I think. Is that right? Somebody good with the stats? Thank you. So maybe that's a good omen. Maybe we'll get a second one tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Jon. Thank you.
All good? Thank you very much. Thank you.